Navy said the USS Firebolt fired the warning shots after 3 fast attack guard vessels came within 68 yards, 62 meters of it and the U.S. Coast Guard patrol boat USCGC Baranoff. The U.S. crews issued multiple warnings via bridge-to-bridge radio and loud hailer devices, but the guard vessels continued their close-range maneuvers, said CMPR. Rebecca Reberick, a spokeswoman for the Mideast-based 5th Fleet. The crew of Firebolt then fired warning shots, and the guard vessels moved away to a safe distance from the U.S. vessels. She called on the Guard to operate with due regard for the safety of all vessels as required by international law. U.S. naval forces continue to remain vigilant and are trained to act in a professional manner, while our commanding officers retain the inherent right to act in self-defense, she said. The incident Monday marked the second time the Navy accused the Guard of operating in an unsafe and unprofessional manner this month alone after tense encounters between the forces had dropped.
Alright, I'm gonna pause it right there. So you can see that, it came close and they actually fired at the Iranian forces. Alright, the IRGC. All right. So, hey, it's escalating, man, and we all know that there's still heat between NATO and Russia. Okay, and I'm hearing that they're trying to blame Russia for this cyber attack on this pipeline, and if that's so, then that's an act of war, and we can expect further conflict that can lead, to this final world's war, because the Lord's going to definitely stir up the Medes against Babylon, and this war is going to it's definitely going to take place. It's imminent. Okay, and we know Russia got their allies, and America got its ally, which their own European allies. They don't really mess with the U.S. like that. When they look up, the only nation they're gonna see is still in their corner is Israel. So it's all taking place, man. All right, and let's go to the Apocrypha, and I believe there's also a conflict between Australia and China as well, where they're talking about a possible war. So, hey, the scriptures talk about the beginning of wars. Let's go to 2nd Ezra 16. 2nd Ezra 16 and 17 is what it says, woe is me, who shall deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? All right. And it's, we're definitely coming into that time. That's why, we always quote what Apostle Paul said, be circumspect, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the times because the days are evil. We're definitely coming into the beginning of evils, where it's going to be more mischief, more plagues. Okay? It's going to be, different things just happening out of nowhere. And Esau ain't going to have control of it. He ain't going to be able to put it off. And a lot of people, it's going to lead to a lot of misery, a lot of distress, and a lot of death. Okay? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be mindful of the scourges. And all these evils are going to be happening, but people still not going to turn from their wickedness. That's why the Lord said, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. They're going to continue on in their idolatrous ways, talking about our people. The world's going to still remain in gross darkness. It's just going to continue. Wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and therefore the hurtful works are fulfilled. So the Lord's going to continue to, smack plagues, worldwide. All right, and just judge these people, man, all over the earth. It's going to be getting judged. All right, and the Lord he's mustering the host of the battle, man. That war is imminent. That's why we got to constantly watch, man. We got to be watchful, paying attention to these things, man. Okay? And then also when you jump down, I think it might be in a previous chapter where it talks about the dragons of Arabia and also the Carmenians, which are the actual, those are the Iranians today. All right? You can go and look into the history of the Carmenians. All right. Well, what I'm hearing is that there was a report that, the prince, he was talking about having peace talks with Rouhani, if I'm not mistaken, of Iran. I believe I've seen it on RT. Let's see. Let me see.
That symbolizes Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is insane.
Let me see if I can find it.
Top 5 athlete league history. Wildly fun. Polarizing. And last night he said the all-time.
Now we know that they've been in conflict, for a while. They're enemies. But today, a report came out and said that they were willing to have talks with each other, man. And that's something that's unheard of, man.
Here's the end of the game. It's so good. The Wizards are going to go with it. Here comes Westbrook. 4 seconds. Westbrook puts up the 3. No good. And it's going to win it by 1.
Tough right there. Got a clean look off. Russell Westbrook just came up short.
On a night when he makes history, he keeps that ball. But the Wizards, in a 1-point game,
bear with me while I find that, because I know I saw it. Yep. Iran confirmed Saudi talks, says too soon to discuss results.
And this is not a criticism. When Jameis Winston's last pass as a Buccaneer was a pick 6, you're like...
I saw the report on RT, because it also said, what does that mean for the U.S.?
Russell Westbrook gave you both facets of the game last night. His utter brilliance, his unmistakable athletic ability, his brilliant talent, carved through years of focus and determination. You got that. And he missed a 3-pointer badly. He should have driven, got fouled, and headed to the...
All right, well, Lord willing, I'll find it, man. I'm not gonna waste time with it. But yeah, man, that was another thing that I saw today, and it made me think about this prophecy here in 2nd Ezra 15. How the Lord is gonna, he's gonna, raise up the dragons of Arabia, which is Ishmael, right? Is 2nd Ezra 15:29. It says, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that they shall hear them that may fear and tremble. Also the Carmenians, which are the Iranians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste the portion of the land of the Assyrians. All right, so this is a more war, and we know that the Lord is he's stirring up for battle in the Middle East. Pursuant to Isaiah the 13th chapter, he mustered the host of the battle. So he's getting them ready, man. He's preparing the ways of the kings of the East for the battle of Armageddon, Armageddon, which means mountain of the troops, because that's where he's going to assemble them to judge them. He's going to plead with them for his people Israel. All right, so, these things are all taking place, man. All right, so, hey, Habakkuk 2 and 3, the vision is yet for a appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So, we constantly watching and giving these reports as it relates to prophecy, man, because the scriptures say, measure the time diligently in itself. All right, and, hey, it's things are speeding up. It's speeding up, man. So, hey, let's continue to, stay strong. Let's continue to, pray for one another, and let's continue to watch, man, because we're in the last stretch. All right, this could very well be, that time, man. Lord willing, this could be the year. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna end off with that. I'm gonna give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Until the next lesson, Shalom.